I wanted to ask you just sort of your take on the team's mentality. It's 2 games in. I know it's still early. What do you see from your teammates on offense and defense, or sort of how they're approaching things here heading into week 3?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had the same mentality since January, right? Get in here, work hard. It's all about work. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day, right? Is preparing, getting ready for obviously our, like I keep saying, 12 guarantee games. Now we have 10 more at this point, right? Got done through the first 2 weeks in which I feel like we prepared really well, executed really well. And that's going to be the game plan going into this week as well, is just prepare, prepare, prepare. And then when it's our opportunity to go out there on Sunday, go execute and take care of business.
Awesome. We'll go to Jordan McPherson next from the Miami Herald. Jordan?
Yeah, hey Carson, two questions. First off, through 2 weeks, just how would you evaluate your individual performance and where do you feel like you've seen growth and where do you feel like there's still strides to make?
I feel like we've been really consistent as an offense. I think we've done a good job of taking what the defense is giving us, right? Obviously, a really good defense that we faced in the first game. Thought we executed really well, and then last week as well, really executed well and was just consistent. Again, taking what the defense gives us, making explosive plays when we need them. I think we've converted on third down at a pretty high clip. Um, and again, the third down is easier when you're really good on first and second down, which we have been. So, man, I thought we've been really good as an offense overall. And again, we're playing really good complementary football too. Our defense is playing really well. Special teams has been also putting us in really good positions. So again, when you can, perform in all three facets of the game, it makes my life a lot easier and, enhances success.
And then just your thoughts on USF's defense, what you've seen on them through film. Obviously, they played two big wins against top 25 teams already.
Yeah, absolutely. Just watching the 2 games that they've played this year so far against Boise State and Florida. I mean, they look like one of the better defenses in the country from what I've been able to see. They have a lot of athletes. They're going to challenge you with various pressures, man looks, zone looks. I think their defensive coordinator does a really good job of just mixing things up and trying to challenge the quarterback with different looks. So I'm really excited for the challenge at hand. I do think that they're one of the better defenses in the country, and they've shown that the first 2 games. So I'm sure that they'll be ready to come in and play. But we're excited for the challenge.
Awesome. We'll go to Tim Reynolds from the AP. Go ahead, Tim.
Thanks, James. Carson, good morning. Uh,
Morning.
Two questions for you as well. The first one, people always get wrapped up in quarterback matchups, obviously, and you and Byram obviously aren't going head to head, of course. You're not playing against each other, but does it add a little something to you when you're playing against another guy who's putting up some pretty good numbers?
No, not really, to be honest. Again, I have to play against their defense. He has to play against our defense. We're not going head to head per se. I mean, it is head to head, obviously, with the teams, but I mean, I'm sure he's the same exact way. He's going to study the defense. He's not looking to, outdo me or whatever, right? Both teams are trying to win. I don't think either of us are really worried about stats. I know him. I've trained with him before. I mean, he's a good kid. He's obviously had a lot of success this year. So again, hopefully he does well the rest of the year. I'm rooting for him. But this game, hopefully our defense, comes and attacks him. But man, it's really us against the defense, and that's really what I'm focused on.
One follow, if you'll indulge me. I know you're focused on this game, but you are a state of Florida kid. You are a Jacksonville guy. There's a lot of teams in the state off to good starts right now. When college football's good in Florida, does all seem right in the world when there is every fan base in the state right now, except for maybe one, is pretty happy with things right now. How is this just the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being from Florida and playing high school football in Florida, obviously, I think everyone that has played high school football in Florida believes that the best talent comes out of Florida, right? And I too believe that. So I think it's a great thing for the state of Florida, that there's so much talent, right? And that there has been so much success as far as college goes, right? Obviously, I think that's a really good thing for the state and just a really good thing overall for college football in general.
Thanks, Carson.
Awesome. We'll go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam, go ahead.
Hey Carson, how's it going?
Good.
So looking at the running back room, I mean, you have guys like Mark, who I think is averaging like 7 yards a carry right now. Jordan coming back healthy this week. Marty doing well. Just how much does that open things up for you in the passing game?
Yeah, it helps me tremendously, right? it's really difficult to throw the ball when there's a lack of running game. You have to be able to commit to the run. And I think along with those guys being such hard runners, our O line does such a great job of getting those guys to the second level. And that's what makes an elite run game is when you have an offensive line that can get your guys to the second level. But not only that, but then having the actual running backs that when they do get to the second level, they make guys miss and they get yards after contact. Our yards after contact this year has been, I mean, incredible. I don't know what the exact stat is, but I'd want to go look that up and go see because those guys have done a great job of getting yards after contact and gaining those extra yards, especially late in games and in the fourth quarter and just tiring guys down and just leaning on them. And then again, it makes my job a lot easier when they got to stack the box and try to defend the run, and ultimately that opens up the pass game. So those guys have done a great job.
Awesome. We'll go over to Chris Stock from Inside the U. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Carson, you mentioned that you trained with Byram. Can you tell us when, where, and that kind of thing, and just your thoughts on him, maybe what you know of him?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess we didn't technically train together because I was going through my whole elbow kind of rehab at that point. So I was just starting to get back into throwing. That was back in like April, May. I was just getting back into throwing, but he was we were in Jacksonville, kind of work with the same guys. So obviously, very talented guy, very athletic, does really good job with the deep ball. Again, he's had two really good games to start the season. Obviously, has had a successful career there at USF. So, I mean, again, just looking forward to what he's able to do the rest of the season. But again, want our defense to be able to attack them and have success this week.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Going good. How you doing?
Doing well. So with Jordan coming back this week, I mean, can you just talk about like the 1-2 punch you guys have? I mean, you're a bigger back. You're averaging like 7-8 yards a carry right now. He's obviously got that explosiveness. Just how difficult do you think it is for defenses to try to defend a pair of running backs like you guys?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we run really hard and we take pride in that. So yeah, we try to make it as hard as possible on defenses. And when you have a duo who can do it like that, some fresh legs, it's hard to defend.
Awesome. We'll go over to Jordan McPherson from the Miami Herald. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, hey there, Marco. Two questions for you. First off, just 2 weeks into the season, just how would you evaluate how the offense has been going, and where do you feel like are the next steps for this group?
Yeah, no, it's going smooth. Definitely a lot to get better at, and that's what we just focus on. Just continue to keep on improving, keep just moving forward, taking what we did in the past and just fixing things, making things better.
And then when you look at USF this weekend, are you able to look back at the games you guys played against them last year? I mean, the first half of that game was really close before you guys pulled away. Are you able to take away from what you guys did well as you guys go face them again this year?
Yeah, no, yeah, you definitely want to do that, but that's a great defense. That's a great team. And it's going to be a challenge for us, and we're excited for the challenge. But yeah, those guys fly around them, they're coached well, and so it's going to be a good game.
Go back to Adam Lichtenstein. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey again. So I know I just asked about Jordan, but when you guys saw Gerard get his first career touchdown on Saturday, just what did that mean to all you guys? How happy were you for him?
I was extremely happy. I made sure that I was one of the first people to congratulate them. They even had some coaches ripping me off the field because I was about to just run the field. Like I was really happy for him, because I seen all the hard work that he did and that he's going to continue to do. And he's going to be a great back coming up.
Great. We'll go back to Jordan.
Yeah, hey again, Mark. Both Coach Cristobal and Coach Dawson talked about, well, over the past couple weeks about how much they've liked seeing how much the receivers are enjoying or embracing blocking for you guys in the run game. How much do you guys enjoy, and how much you guys enjoy, and how much respect do you guys have for the receivers helping you guys out, making sure you're able to get the plays off like you need to by doing the extra stuff for you?
Yeah, like I tell the receivers all the time, like, bro, y'all are very, very important in the run game. Like, don't think y'all not important. Like, every time it's a run play, go try to take those DBs, those safeties, like, all them, go take their heads off. Like, that's what I always preach to them, and they love doing it because then it's going to open up things for them in the pass game. So, like I told them at the end of the year, hey, let's just keep this thing going. I'm taking the O-line and the receivers out for them.
Yeah, hey James, hope everything's good. So obviously you guys are preparing for a USF team that has surprised a couple of teams already that are pretty darn good. Looking at USF on film and what you know about them, what do you think's made them so successful? You know, because it's been a long time since they've sort of beaten actually a major program until this year.
Yeah, I think the past, 3 years they've really been building up to the program. I think they've had a good defense all those years. I think they have a lot of good players, and their defensive coordinator puts their guys in a really good position to go make plays and stand out on tape. So yeah, they got a really good team, really good defense, and it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Go over to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey James, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So one of the people who stood out to me the last couple games, has been how you guys have been using Samson Okunlola. Just how have you seen him work and improve on the O line just since you got here, and what does he bring to the O line when he comes in?
Yeah, when I first got here, I've always thought he was a really good player. He's a guy who works really hard, and he's not seeking attention when he does it. He likes working in the dark and moving in silence. And he's a really good player, really good person, and yeah, blessed to have him on our team.
Go over to Jordan McPherson from the Miami Herald. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, hey James, two questions. First, with USF, with their defensive line specifically, what stands out about the way that they attack, and what are you expecting in the trenches on Saturday?
Yeah, they did a really good job of playing hard and playing physical, and they've got an edge to them, and they fly around and make plays. They do everything pretty well. They get pressure on the quarterback, and they're good at fitting the run and doing their job, and they do a good job of playing team defense and not trying to do their own stuff. And you can just tell they're very disciplined and very well coached.
And then just curious as your thought as the center with your quarterback, just what have you seen from Carson over the first 2 weeks? What's standing out about the way that his performance and just the way that he's leading in the huddle?
Yeah, I mean he's doing everything at a really high level, whether that's getting us right in protection and making sure that he's protected, and he's doing a good job of checking us in the run game and checking us in the passing game, and he does a really good job of letting our receivers go make plays as well. So I mean I think he's firing on all cylinders, and excited to see him keep it rolling.
Go back over to Adam Lichtenstein. Adam.
Hey again. So I was just looking, and looks like you guys have some pretty good grades, through 2 games when it comes to run blocking. So just what's been working for you guys just in that aspect?
Yeah, I mean we don't get caught up in grades and all that stuff. At the end of the day, Coach Mirabal is the main guy who we're listening to about all that kind of stuff. But I think we've done a fairly decent job of just being on the same page and knowing who we're working to, and just playing complementary football. But there's still a lot of stuff we can work on, and there's some times where we can be a lot cleaner, and at times we can finish better and make sure we're making plays down the field. But we've taken some good steps in the right direction, but still a long way to go.
Hey CJ, how are you?
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing well. So just looking ahead at USF, what stands out to you about their defense and about their secondary?
They got a really good defense. They play really hard. They fly around. We just got to come with our A game and be ready for the task.
Does the fact, obviously, I mean, I know you guys focus week to week on each game, but the fact that they've, taken down Boise, taken down Florida, 2 big upsets, does that kind of make you guys perk up, I guess, and say, okay, we really gotta lock in on this week?
Like you said, we just taking each week, day by day, man. I think our biggest focus is on USF this week, and this is our biggest game. So, this is what we're focused on. They have a very good defense. They did a lot of good things versus Boise and versus Florida. But the main focus is for us to execute our things at the highest point. And you just come out with the same intensity that we have in these past 2 weeks. I think that'll get us to where we want to be.
Go over to Matt Shadell. Go ahead, Matt.
All right. Thanks for taking a few minutes here. I was hoping you could sort of talk about your play because, last season's in the past, but I guess you had sort of an injury that slowed you down. Um, do you feel like you're that much different than last year, or is it just you're being used differently? Because I remember I talked to someone close to you and they said that you sort of weren't used the way maybe you could shine last season.
I don't want to focus too much on last season, but I think I'm very thankful for the opportunities that Miami has given me, and I think I'm showing that I'm maximizing every opportunity. I think that's the main thing. It's all about opportunities, man. And once you're given that opportunity and you take advantage of it, I think more opportunities start to come. So I can't be more thankful to be here in this offense and be given these opportunities. Awesome. We'll go over to Jordan McPherson. Jordan.
Yeah, hey there, CJ. You spoke Saturday post game about how close the receiver room is. Wanted to ask you about just this fact that you guys saw so many different guys contributing on Saturday. I think it was 10 guys caught passes when the starters were still in there. How important is that to have so many options for Carson to throw to? And just from the fact that defense can't really hone in on one guy, how much does that help the receiving room as a whole?
Yeah, it's extremely important, man. Every day, Coach Beard tells us that we're playmakers, man. It doesn't matter if you're a one or a two, everybody's a one. And I think everybody is capable of making that play. So whatever it is, we try to instill in the receiver room that we want to be dominant, we want to be physical, and it just goes down the line, man. So, I think everybody in that room is definitely going to be ready when their number is called, and they have been doing a great job in practice. So I'm definitely very happy that everybody was able to see the field this past game to, show the work that they have been doing throughout the week. Definitely paid off. So I think everybody in the room is extremely hungry, and those guys are ready for their opportunity.
And then you talk about being dominant and physical, and that extends to the blocking in the run game too. I know Coach Cristobal and Coach Dawson have been talking about how much they've enjoyed seeing the receiver stepping up in that aspect too. Can you talk a bit about just how much you guys have been helping on that front?
Yeah, yeah, we take pride in blocking, man. I just talked to Mark. He just told us he got to take the receivers out to go eat. Just how good we was blocking, man. So, we want to create explosive plays, not just in the pass. We want to do it in the run, man. And I think the running backs are always one block away, and I think we're that block to create an explosive play. So, we're going to continue to, be physical on the perimeter.